आज चाहिँ हामी जू घुम्नु आएको अवस्था। सो तपाईँहरू पनि यो समर नानीहरूको स्कुल छुट्टीमा है यो समरमा चाहिँ रमाइलो गर्न आउनुहोस् है। यो ठाउँ यो चाहिँ नियर बाई ह्यारिसबर्ग, आधी घन्टा लाग्छ। र हेर्नु त, सो आज हाम्रो फ्यामिली चाहिँ यसरी घुमघाम जूमा। हेलो एरी भान्जो, यो ठाउँ के कुन हो? सफारी टुर।
यहाँनिर चाहिँ यही हो ठाउँको नाम।
र तपाईँहरू आउनु सक्नुहुन्छ। यसमा ठ्याक्कै गुगलमा टाइप गरेर आउनु होला ह्यारिसबर्ग पेन्सिल्भेनियामा। तर यो ह्यारिसबर्ग पेन्सिल्भेनियाको चाहिँ ह्यारिसबर्ग चाहिँ आधी घन्टा लाग्छ। हामी चाहिँ अहिले हालमा सिपिङबर्ग र च्याम्बरबर्गदेखि आएको अवस्था हो र अब सफारीमा चढेको अवस्था हो। यो चाहिँ हाम्रो जू। अब यसमा ठ्याप्प चढेर गइन्छ। अन्ली वान एडल्ट $19 सफारीमा चढेर हिँड्नुभयो भने चाहिँ। यहाँबाट इन्टर ल बधाई छ है सबैलाई आज यो जू घुम्नु हिँडेको अवस्थामा। यहाँ मेरो जेठी छोरी, यता हाम्रो श्रीमती भने यता हाम्रो बा, त्यसरी नै यता आमा हुनुहुन्छ। आमा चलिरहेको अवस्था छ।
Deer closure right there on the right hand side. We are going to pass by that at least one more, maybe two more times. I'll tell you just a little bit about the whitetails right now, but you will get another chance to spot them. We didn't really have any up at the edge of the enclosure there. A white-tailed deer fawn still has some spots. There's almost no scent, which makes it very hard for predators to find them by smell. So it's actually the underside of a white-tailed deer. That is fully white. So when they put those tails up, we call this behavior flagging. If you see a herd of deer with one or two tails up, they're on alert. If you see a herd of deer with more than one or two tails up or flags up, they're getting ready to run. These large flightless birds here, the brown and tan ones, they are emus. One in front of us right now as well. This is the second largest bird. They are native to Australia. One of the big difference between our emus and our other flightless birds, if you look at this guy right here, the light patch on his head is actually a bald patch, where he has almost no feathers.
सिँगेरोमा वा सिङ त्यसको रोके त नि
Alright, these deer, European fallow deer. European fallow deer. This is actually, I have a European fallow deer antler shed up here. You guys will be able to see and touch this on your way off of the bus. So you will get a chance to touch an antler today. It just won't be attached to a live animal. If you do want to touch the elk antlers, if you come back in a few weeks when they're out of velvet and their antlers solidify and turn into solid bone, you can touch them at that point. The type of antler that these European fallow deer grow is called a palm, or palm-mated antler. The same style of antler that a moose would have. Once again, guys, when we're stopped, if you want to get up and move around the bus, by all means, go ahead and move around the bus. You'll notice a lot of these fallow deer have spots. So unlike a North American whitetail or even an elk calf, their spots actually don't fade away over time. So if a European fallow deer is born with spots, they will keep those spots for their entire lives. Alright, since he's coming up to the bus right now, this is our one and only Texas Longhorn Big Tack. Tip to tip. From the tip of his left horn to the tip of his right arm, he's over 7 feet. Texas Longhorns are actually not from Texas. They came over to the United States before it was even known as the United States from Spain. They first came over with the explorer Coronado. They left them behind, so they take on some more things from the natives, and they thrived.
You know, you're not. Brat, and brat.
Alright, these big antelope are elands. This is actually the largest antelope on the planet. They are from Africa. They live out in the African savanna. Being the largest antelope in the planet, they are actually considered the slowest antelope on the planet. And they're known for their fantastic jumping ability. Well over 2,000 pounds, but if any of us were to stand next to them, they could jump right up over our heads. I was wondering why that elk got kind of afraid all of a sudden. So any of these eland could jump right up over our heads.
Nani
The eland actually click when they walk. It's their leg. And we believe they use this as a way to keep track of other members of the herd. The blonde or golden blonde, as well as the dark brown animals, are American bison. It's not going to hurt you. If you look to the driver's side of the bus, you can see our bison calf between 3 and 4 weeks old. The male.
I'm scared.
At one point, bison were the most populated large animal on the planet.
साथीभाइहरू तपाईहरुलाई धेरै धेरै मिस गरिरहेको छौँ हेर्नुहोस् तपाईहरु समय मिलाएर आउनु होला यो ठाउँमा यो चाहिँ पेन्सिलभेनियाको
So our dominant American bison male is the big golden one in the middle over there. You can tell a dominant male bison, they're going to have bigger necks, heads, and shoulders. And their heads also have the most fur on them. This is because the males headbutt each other for dominance. That's how they compete for the female bison. So the males with all the extra fur on their heads actually have a better chance of winning more headbutting competitions with the other males. Over here, the left-hand side, all but one of these animals, even with the front of the bus, are yaks. Yaks are from Asia, and they're some of the highest dwelling mammals on the planet. They live way up in the Himalayan mountains.
म एकै तालमा दिएँ एकै तालमा दिने हो एकै गाह्रोमा
All right, we're going to hang out here for another minute or two, and then I'm going to pull up just a little bit ahead. We're going to pull up to the eland now that they're a little bit separated from the rest of the animals. We'll see if maybe the eland will come up to our bus. Any questions about the bison, the longhorns, the yaks, or the European fallow deer? All right, I'm going to pull up just a little bit. Some of our other cattle are coming up to the top of the hill, and we also have our elands here. I'm going to pull up just to the top of this hill. We'll see who wants to come hang out with us. All right, this big handsome gentleman in the back of the bus there with the spots, that's one of our two Brahma bulls. That is Bert. Brahmin, or Brahma bulls, are the tallest cattle in the world. They are from India. Over here to the left is Bert's brother, Ernie. So Bert is black and white spots. Ernie has tan and white spots. All of these reddish colored cattle are Watusi. They are from Africa. I think they have one of the best names of any animal out here. Watusi.
कुन चाहिँ माउ भन्नु भएका हजुर ए हो रहेछ सिङ कत्रो धेरै ठुलो
So the Watusi from Africa and the Brahma bulls from India have something in common. On their home turf, nobody eats either of these cattle. They're both considered sacred. The Watusi people are who raises the Watusi cattle over in Africa. And although they do not eat the Watusi cattle, they will perform a blood ritual. The hunting party, or a war party before they go to battle, will shoot an arrow into the neck of a Watusi, and they will drink Watusi blood mixed with milk. Anybody not taking part in the battle or the hunt, depending, will still participate with a blood pudding. Anybody here ever have blood pudding? Anybody? Ever have blood pudding? It's probably going to be brownish because it's cooked, so the blood is usually cooked. told it tastes kind of like scrapple or souse, if you've ever had either of those, but more of a soupy consistency.
त्यही मैले आफू यसलाई
भैँसीहरू कति बोल्दै हेर न
पनि परौ भइसक्यो
हजुर ऊ मसिनो पारेर हेर न लैन पारा हेर न सानो
So we actually have over 200 individual animals out here on safari. Some of them are right down here, including our Asian water buffalo, and a good chunk of our elk herd, North American elk, are down there. So we're going to stop up there shortly. We will pass by our addax. You can see them right over there. Those are the small antelope on the other side of the giraffe. So well adapted to the heat, an addax can actually go years without drinking water. Our giraffes and lions are not really part of the safari, but we will drive by them. I also always like to point out, check out our giraffe weather vane up on top of the barn. Only giraffe weather vane I've ever seen, and it actually does spin in the wind. Matter of fact, we might get a chance to see it spin right here if the wind picks up just a little more. Make sure you check out the giraffes as we go by here.
अहिले देखो बाई 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 बाई
So all four of our giraffes are reticulated giraffes, and all four of them are males. So they're the same species, same subspecies, and they're all the same gender as well. But notice how different their spots and coats are from each other. They say giraffe spots are like fingerprints for people. Each spot pattern is completely unique to just one individual animal. Straight ahead, you can see our lions. We have 3 African lions out at all times. At the very top of what we call Pride Rock there, that's Zeba. Underneath Zeba facing us is our young male lion Kovu, and his mate Zuri is back by the corner back there. Kovu and Zuri are very, very, very lightly colored. If you got a chance to see our lions this morning, we have a different male lion. So we have 2 different male lions, and Leo's out in the morning, and Leo has a black mane, and Kovu's out in the afternoon, and Kovu has a very lightly colored mane. So on the left-hand side, you see the gray bird over there. My left, yours. Right over here, you see the white bird. These are both rhea. They're South American. They're the 4th largest bird in the world. This is a rhea egg. Believe it or not, this is a small rhea egg. This one didn't have a chick in it, so it's pretty tiny. A big rhea egg's almost twice this size. They go about a full dozen chicken eggs. He's actually sitting on around 12. And they can successfully hatch about 12. that's the equivalent of 144 chicken eggs. That's an emu back there. Emus are the second largest bird in the world, native to Australia. Emus in Rio are the only two birds in the world that I'm aware of. Only the males build the nests, sit on the eggs, hatch the eggs. Once the eggs hatch, only the males raise the young. Emu eggs, some people say, are the prettiest eggs of all. They are somewhere between a turquoise blue and a jade green. They actually even make jewelry out of emu eggs. Emus happen to be one of the very few animals, actually the only animal on safari, that it's not baby season right now. Every other animal. Bonus animal, squirrel. Sorry, that's why I hit the brakes. That squirrel ran right in front of me. Here's another one. So we actually changed up our safari route for this year. If you look down to the left, you can see that gate down there. That's actually where we used to go. We would head out of here, pull a big Yui, and head down into those woods, and then up into this cornfield straight ahead of us. We made a point to leave this section of the old safari route out because there's a really nice water supply right there that the animals really enjoy. And believe it or not, that cornfield straight ahead used to be our big safari field. So what we did for this season was we actually rolled back, and we are now using the safari field and woods that we used in the 1980s and 1990s. You can actually see those safari woods if you look straight ahead, the tips of all those trees over there. And that's where we'll be headed next. This is really nice for the animals because there's a second stream over there. So having left the stream behind us from the old safari, and they now have access to the stream in the old safari, which is made new, means our woods is now really nice and thick. And that also is natural vegetation that a lot of our animals will eat. These are Asian water buffalo. For thousands of years, Asian water buffalo were used as labor animals in muddy environments like rice paddies. Right there, the black one in the very middle that has a little bit bigger horns, that is the biggest animal on safari. Our Asian water buffalo bull right there in the middle, he's 2,700 pounds. The only animal in the entire wildlife park that outweighs him is our biggest giraffe. That's it. Our second biggest giraffe, believe it or not, is probably about the same weight as that Asian water buffalo right there. He has a ton of muscle packed into that frame. In this day and age, although they are still used in places like rice paddies a little bit, believe it or not, these are excellent dairy cattle. Some of the best dairy cows in the world. Their milk is over twice as rich as what we drink as whole milk here in the United States. So even in the wild, their milk's going to be over 6% milk fat. Whole milk in the United States is 3 or 3 and change. All right, I'm going to pull up. We have a lot of our elk just up ahead. Please remember, please do not touch their antlers.
Uesto. Ah, sing. Gole चाहिँ नाड्दा सिङ सहन हुँदैन रे
These are North American elk. Second biggest deer in the world. Anybody know the biggest deer in the world? That's the moose. Moose and elk, we go with cattle naming. So the ones with antlers are males, we call them bulls. The ones without antlers are females, we call them cows. If we're fortunate enough to see one of our 4 elk babies today, those babies will be called calves. Question? What's up? It can actually cause them to bleed if you touch their. So here. So these lines, they kind of look like lightning bolts. See, you can touch it. Feel how the. So right underneath the velvet, you know what these lines are filled with right now? Veins and arteries. That's what those lines are from. All the veins and arteries. So if you touch the velvet, the veins are just right there on the velvet. It's really, really easy for the velvet to come off, and then it's not so much it's sensitive, it's just the lightest touch will
यसको त सिङ त कस्तो हो?
oil from your skin and break it down. This is from the fallow deer. See those deer over there? One of these guys dropped this a few years ago out here.
ओहे क्या खतरा खा
Yeah. Now, it probably wouldn't be too bad right now because they're almost done with velvet. They're at the end of the velvet season. Pretty soon that velvet's going to come off anyways. But you don't want to look at it every year. That's the big difference between antlers and horns. Antlers are grown just by males, except Caribbean reindeer. Caribbean reindeer, the females also grow it. And antlers are shed and regrown. Antlers are actually a lot heavier than. I mean, they're all domestic. None of them came from the wild. They were all born and bred in domesticated cities. A couple of our red cattle, the ones I think did actually come from a cattle ranch, but none of these animals came from the wild. Somebody told me that our black leopard actually came from a circus, so she might have been trained. I can't prove that one. That's what a lot of people were saying. And she was new 2 years ago, so I can see maybe we did get her. You can't get anywhere close to such an alive. Yeah. And if you climbed over the first fence, the second fence is the entry. I think it's just like around like 3 feet up. There's a little wire, so they're trying to climb up it. It would let them know that they're not going to climb up. Any questions about any of the animals we've seen so far? No questions? What's your question? You wouldn't be able to. You would never be able to get close. Most of our big meat-eating animals, they usually have a double fence. So you have to get over a fence and then get over another fence to be able to do it. Probably not to be mean, probably just that you would play, but I wouldn't risk it. Absolutely.
हाम्रो यात्रा सुरु भयो सफारीमा
Alright, so as promised, there's the next tour behind us. Looks like there's just 2 people on that tour. How romantic. Alright, so on the right-hand side, this is the white-tailed deer enclosure. We didn't get to see any at the beginning when we were parked there, but I do see some already right here. So one of the really popular spots for the whitetails is in 1 second here, we're going to pass over a stream. See the stream comes down from the left to the right. The stream runs all through the low point here, and a lot of them, yep, there's a bunch right here. A lot of them like to lay around the stream. point, drinking mother's milk. So if you want to feed the fawns, the best way to do it is to feed the moms, and they'll eventually get the nutrients. Oh, that's an elk calf right there, mixed in with the fallow deer. You guys spot the elk calf mixed in over here? It's going to have longer legs, little fuzzier body, and even though it's only about 6 weeks old, it's already a little taller than most of the female fallow deer. So the elk calf is this one right here. It also has fainter spots and a shorter tail. Nope, they can't believe it.
Look on your side, there's more. As they come.
Were you guys all able to see the elk calf?
हेर्दै छ जेले मलाई भन्दैछ
It's like his teeth.
एउटै सिङ एउटा एक बादन यहाँ हेर्दैछ ए रामनी के हो
किन फ्यालेको
नेपाल यो चाहिँ चितल हेर
Do me a favor, if you're on an outside seat, stick your arm out the bus and slap my bus for me 2 or 3 times. Thank you guys. That's how we teach the little ones to understand they need to get away from a bus as it's going to move. We kind of have to train them to understand.
हाम्रो फेरि यात्रा सुरु भयो अलमोस्ट हाफ आधी भइसकेको जस्तो लागिसक्यो जहाँसम्म लाग्छ मलाई एक राउन्ड घुम्नु हाफ राउन्ड भइसक्यो हामी घुमेको तपाईँहरूले पनि ह्यारिस पेन्सिल्भेनियाको ह्यारिस ब्लकको नजिकै आधी घन्टाको बाटो
So believe it or not, we actually have over 35 fallow deer fawns and at least 4 elk calves. So there's a good chance there's some more hidden down in these woods to our right. When you're looking out in the woods trying to spot baby deer or baby elk. So we have some deer out in the field over here. See how their ears flick and their tails swish? Those are the easiest things to find the little ones. Look very low to the ground and look for flicking ears and swishing tails. The ears tend to stand out a little bit more than the tails do. Ford Edsel station wagon with two of his good buddies, and they drove out to Kansas. They drove to a zoo out there that was selling some animals, and they basically bought, oh, white-tailed deer fawn right there. And they basically bought as many animals as they could fit in the family station wagon. And they then drove them back to central Pennsylvania. Imagine how long of a drive that would be with a car with 3 adult men and a whole bunch of animals crammed in there. Other fun fact about our history, J.R. Tobias was an excavator in addition to being a farmer. All of our lakes here at Lake Tobias were actually dug out and created by J.R. himself. Our biggest lake out at the center is over 40 feet deep.
What on that? It's a pretty jungle, isn't it? बसमा इलाम फिकल हिँडेको जस्तो लाग्यो मलाई चाहिँ त्यस्तो फिल भइरहेछ हेर्नुहोस् न साथीभाइ सो यो समयमा हात्तीचोकदेखि फिकल इलाम मिस गरिरहेको छु है त साथीभाइ
So, I'm going to stop right here. If everybody looks straight ahead, our Rhea chicks that just hatched 2 or 3 days ago are directly in front of us. The big white bird right there is the male Rhea that is raising them. Now the Rhea chicks like to go under the bus, so I don't want to get a whole lot closer right now. But as long as we don't cross this front barrier right here, feel free to stand up and get as close as you would like. Again, those little chicks are 3 days old. Alright, I'm going to try and get a hair closer. I'm not going to get out of my seat or anything, but once we stop here, you can get out of your seat as well. We do have some fallow deer fawns up to the left as well. This is the closest I've gotten to see them in 3 days. Try and stop with them about in the middle of the bus here. another one of our calves. Because we do still have to see the donkeys and llamas. They're the last stop straight ahead down the hill.
She does.
यो हाम्रो लास्ट स्टेसन हो
Kind of soft. She just like soft.
All right. Does anybody know what a llama's self-defense mechanism is?
They run away.
So believe it or not, unless they have a mouthful of water, they actually can't spit. They don't have a salivary gland, so they don't make saliva.
पनि वेलकम छ
Instead, it's actually projectile vomit. They've got a range of about 15 feet and a giant 3-compartment stomach.
भैँसी कराएको छ
So, if they decide to fire off a round of that projectile llama vomit, it means they have more in the hopper ready to go. Llamas also cannot stick their tongues out. So you'll notice they actually have 3 lips. Those are 2 completely separate lips up on the top jaw. And they can move those lips like little fingers.
Because she doesn't have no more carrot.
कता ए यो हाम्रो अन्तिम पार्ट रहेको छ अनि हजुरहरू पनि यस ठाउँमा घुम्नु आउनु होला भन्दै त्यो गाडीले त फेराउँदो रहेछ त्यो उयोले त फेराउँदैन नि त हजुर
All right, folks, we're going to head on back in. We'll have about a half an hour until the wildlife park closes when you guys get back in.
यो भिडियो अन्तिम भिडियो हजुरमा राख्दै यो दृश्यलाई यहीँ राख्दै म हजुरहरूसँग बिदा हुन गएँ हस् त धन्यवाद थ्याङ्क यू अनि मेरो च्यानललाई लाइक कमेन्ट सब्सक्राइब पनि गरिदिनुहोस् है त भन्दै थ्याङ्क यू धन्यवाद धन्यवाद
The fallow deer antler down at the gate. Feel free to touch that or take a picture with it on your way out. All right, thank you guys so much for taking my tour today. Make sure you check out the antler on the way out, and if you need any questions about where any animals are, let me know.
थ्याङ्क यू फर भिजिट आजको जू घुमाइ बब्बाल भएको छ सो धन्यवाद हजुर सबैलाई आज गुरुङ फ्यामिली ह्याप्पी छ गुरुङ फ्यामिली ह्याप्पी एलिफ्याक्सको ल ल दिदी बहिनीहरूलाई धेरै धन्यवाद आज फ्रीमा चढिएको छ आफू चाहिँ धन्यवाद धन्यवाद ल हस् त थ्याङ्क यू एगेन थ्याङ्क यू भान्जी हाई खुवायो भनेको
फेरि गर्नु त उदिन रहन्छ तल गर्नु नि तल चाहिँ
को हेर्नु पाइहाल्छ
किन हुँदैन
बुढो मान्छे हेर्नु त्यहाँ
यो भालु कस्तो खाले भालु Yeah, piece of fish. ए टाइगर सिंह बाघ ओ